Hello, hello. Today's topic is the tricky thing about soul suckers. The soul suckers are my name for that inner critic, the resistance, that thing that wants to protect us anytime we feel vulnerable or we're growing or transforming. And I really wish sometimes that we'd only need to notice them, learn about them, learn from them, and release them one time in our entire lives. But unfortunately, that's not how it works. Fortunately or unfortunately, at least for me, I tend to learn the same lessons again and again in my life. And for a while there, this used to frustrate me. And then eventually I realized one of the things that's happening is that each time the lesson comes around, I'm learning it in a deeper and deeper way. This is the spiral of learning. And the same thing is true with the soul suckers. Each time we notice them, learn from them, and release them, we're getting it in a deeper and deeper way in our bones, in our core. And as we do that, we embody our authentic, full self even more. The soul suckers tend to show up in our creative process. Everything from creating works of art to writing a blog to creatively living our lives. Whenever something really matters to us, things that matter to us make us feel vulnerable. They're going to show up whenever we're up to something that really is important, that involves that creativity or transformation or vulnerability or honoring our values in a new way. They're here for life. And if we're going to keep growing and changing, they're going to keep showing up again and again and again. Now, here's the tricky thing that I would love for you to remember. Those soul suckers only speak to us when we're doing something that's important enough to get their attention. It's potent, it's alive. Otherwise, they'd probably be quiet. If they care enough about what we're doing to try to protect us from that courage, creativity, vulnerability, transformation, if they care enough about it, that's a huge sign that we're on to something big, that we're doing something meaningful to us and possibly to our world or to the world. Otherwise, they would be silent. They wouldn't care enough to engage. If they do, it means something big's happening. So it's a tricky thing. And yet my hope is that now that you know this, what that means is that over time, you might develop a sense of peace with them and their role in your creativity. If you enjoyed this and you'd like to stay in touch, go to voice-matters.com and download the Visionary Souls Guide to Authentic Speaking.